The sun dipped low over the quiet village of Umoba, its golden rays casting long shadows across the narrow dirt path. Ugochukwu Okafor, the only son of the billionaire Chief Okafor, stood at the edge of the marketplace, a crutch tucked under one of the arm, and a small bag of roasted groundnuts slung over his shoulders. His tattered clothes hung loosely on his frame, and his left leg was bent awkwardly, as if crippled. Ugochukwu was unrecognizable to anyone who had seen him in his usual attire: designer suits, polished shoes, and a convoy of luxury cars. Today, he was no billionaire's son. He was a humble, struggling young man named Ugo, just Ugo. His father, Chief Okafor, had been pressing him to marry for years. "Ugochukwu, my son, it's time you settle down and give me grandchildren," he would say often. "But choose wisely. You need a woman who will love you for who you are and not just about your wealth and your status." Ugochukwu had seen too many women fawn over him for his money and family name. He wanted someone genuine this time around. Someone who would stand by him in difficult times. That's when he came up with a bold idea: to hide his wealth and pretend to be poor and crippled. The marketplace buzzed with life, traders shouting to advertise their goods, children darting between stalls, and the smell of freshly baked bread mingling with the scent of dried fishes. Ugochukwu leaned towards a store where a young woman was selling vegetables. She wore a simple wrapper and a blouse, her hair tied with faded scarf. "Good evening, ma," he greeted her softly, his voice trembling. "Please, how much is Ugo leaves?" The woman looked up, her large, kind eyes meeting his. "It's 15 naira per bunch, but you look tired. Are you okay? Have you even eaten today?" Ugochukwu hesitated. "Not really, but I will manage." The woman, whose name was Chisom, handed him a bunch of ugu leaves and a small loaf of bread. "Take it. Pay me later if you can. If you can't, it's okay." His heart swelled with gratitude. "Thank you so much. God bless you." Over the next few weeks, Ugochukwu became a familiar face in Umoba. He rented a small rundown room on the outskirts of the village and made a living by selling groundnuts. The villagers pitied him, and many were kind, but it was Chisom who stood out. She often brought him food and checked on him. One rainy evening, as Ugochukwu sat under the makeshift shelter selling his groundnuts, Chisom approached with an umbrella. "Hi there, Ugo. You will catch a cold sitting here in the rain," she scolded gently. "Come to my house and dry off." He hesitated, but the warmth in her voice was irresistible. At her small home, she served him hot yam porridge. They talked late into the night, sharing stories and laughter. Chisom was a teacher at the village primary school. Though she earned little, she was generous to a fault. Always helping those in need, Ugochukwu admired her kindness and simplicity and found himself falling for her. One day, Ugochukwu decided to test Chisom's sincerity. He pretended to have lost all his money and was unable to pay his rent. "I might have to sleep outside," he told her. Chisom didn't hesitate. "You can stay in my house until you get back on your feet. My brother and I will make space for you." Her unwavering support convinced Ugochukwu that she was the woman he had been searching for. But his secret weighed heavily on him. How would she react when she discovered he wasn't poor or crippled? To complicate matters, Chief Okafor, curious about his son's strange behavior, sent private investigators to Umuoba. They reported back, confirming that Ugochukwu had indeed taken on a life of a poor man. Has he found a wife yet? Chief Okafor asked impatiently. Not yet, sir, but there is a young woman he seems close to, one of the investigators replied. Good, the chief said. Let's see how this plays out. As the days turned into weeks, Ugochukwu knew it was time to reveal the truth. He couldn't keep lying to Chisom, especially now that he was sure he really wanted to marry her. But how would she react to learning that the man she thought was a poor cripple was actually a billionaire's son and also a billionaire? The morning sun battered Umuoba in the golden rays, but Ugochukwu's heart was heavy. The time had come to reveal his true identity to Chisom, the woman who had won his heart with her kindness and sincerity. He sat on the wooden stool in his small rented room, staring at his reflection in a cracked mirror. His disguise, a patched-up shirt, tattered trouser, and a clutch leaning against the wall seemed like a barrier between him and the truth. For weeks, Ugochukwu had lived as a poor crippled man, enduring the discomfort of his pretense because he wanted to find a woman who had loved him for who he was, not for his wealth. Chisom had proven herself to be everything he was looking for: kind, selfless, and genuine. But would she forgive him for the lies? As he contemplated on how to reveal his secrets, a knock sounded at the door. It was a young boy from the village holding an envelope. Brother Ogo, this is for you. The boy handed him the letter. The letter bore the Okafor's family seal. Ugochukwu sighed. His father, Chief Okafor, had grown impatient with his experiment and was now demanding answers. Ugochukwu, it is time you return home. Your mother and I have given you enough time to play out this your charade. If you do not come back within a week, we will come for you ourselves. Chief Okafor. Ugochukwu folded the letter and placed it on the table. He knew his father meant every word in that letter. It was now or never. That evening, Ugochukwu invited Chisom to his small room. She arrived with a warm smile, carrying a basket of food. Ugo, you didn't have to call me. You know I would come even without your invitation, she said, setting the basket down. Chisom, please sit, he said, his tone serious. She looked at him, concern flickering in her eyes. Is everything okay? Ugochukwu took a deep breath. There's something I need to tell you. Something I should have told you a long time ago. Chisom's brow furrowed. What is it, Ugo? I am not who you think I am, he began. I am not a poor crippled man. My real name is Ugochukwu Okafor, and I am the son of Chief Okafor, one of the wealthiest men in the state. Chisom stared at him, her expressions unreadable. What are you saying, Oga? I beg, chop food, I brought food for you. Ugochukwu then stood up, discarding the clutch and walking around. I am serious. I pretended to be poor, crippled, because I wanted to find someone who loved me for who I am, not for my money or family name. Chisom, you have shown me that you are that person. I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Chisom sat in stunned silence. The man she thought she knew was not who he claimed to be. Her mind raced as she replayed every interaction they had. Every moment she had pitied him, helped him and cared for him innocently. "So all this time you were lying to me," she finally said, her voice trembling. "Chisom, I didn't mean to hurt you. I only wanted to be sure of your intentions," Ugochukwu pleaded. Her eyes filled with tears. "You think I am happy to know I have been living a lie? Ugo, I cared for you, trusted you, and now you tell me it was all a test. Please try to understand." "No, Ugochukwu," she interrupted. "You don't understand. Love is built on trust, and you have shattered mine. You lied to me." She stood and grabbed her basket. I need to think about this," she said, walking out of the door. News of Ugochukwu's confessions spread quickly through the village. The once admired poor and humble Ugo was now viewed with suspicion and resentment by many. "He lied to all of us," one villager said. "Rich people think they can play games with our lives," another added. Chisom too faced all the embarrassment. While some sympathized with her, others whispered behind her back, questioning her intentions. Back at the mansion, Chief Okafor paced the grand living room. He had heard about his son's confession and the fallout in the village. Ugochukwu had messed a mess of things, he said to his wife. "Let him fix it," she replied. "He's the one who wanted the chariot after all." But Chief Okafor wasn't so sure. He decided to visit Umoba himself. Determined to win back Chisom's trust, Ugochukwu devised the plan. He rented the village square and organized a community feast. "I want to apologize to everyone I deceived," he announced. "Most of all, I want to apologize to Chisom. I love her, and I will do anything it takes to make things right." The villagers murmured amongst themselves as Ugochukwu knelt before Chisom holding out a ring. "Chisom, I was wrong to deceive you, but my feelings for you are real. Will you marry me?" Chisom looked at Ugochukwu, her heart torn. She loved him, but could she trust him again? The villagers waited in a hushed anticipation as she took the microphone. "Ugochukwu, I appreciate your effort, but love is more than grand gestures. It's about honesty and respect. I still need time to rebuild the trust you broke." Ugochukwu nodded, tears in his eyes. "I will wait for as long as it takes." Over the next few months, Ugochukwu worked to prove his sincerity. He supported Chisom's community projects, spent time with her family, and opened up about his past. Slowly, she began to trust him again. A year later, they were married in a simple yet beautiful ceremony in Umuoba. The villagers, who had once doubted Ugochukwu, celebrated the union wholeheartedly. Chisom's words during her wedding speech echoed in her heart. Love isn't about wealth or appearances. It's about two people who choose to grow and build a life together, no matter the challenges. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you will never miss an update. What would you do if someone you love revealed a huge secret? Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next story. Bye.